Skol Nation, stop right now. US Bank Stadium just erupted with breaking news, and one number is already on the table: $331 million. Kirk Cousins closed a millionaire cycle, while his future in Atlanta crumbles. Brian Flores has a second interview scheduled that could rip the defensive brain out of Minnesota. And the 2024 draft class carries the weight of defining the next decade of this franchise. 3 stories, 1 destiny. And here's the first payoff. That $331 million? That's exactly what Cousins accumulated in his entire career. And now he might use TV as leverage to squeeze more money in free agency. If you skol louder than you breathe, smash like and subscribe right now. We start with the quarterback who left Minnesota rich in memories and poor in playoff victories. Stay locked, there's a double cliffhanger at the end.
An old love never completely dies. It haunts. It appears on screen. It screams, "You like that?" to all of America during a CBS broadcast. The player? The one the Vikings know better than anyone. The name? Kirk Cousins. And here's why this all matters to Minnesota. Cousins isn't just a quarterback who walked out the back door to Atlanta. He's a man who accumulated $331 million in NFL salaries and is now about to add another $25 million if he gets released by the Falcons before March. That would put him over $350 million in career earnings, 3rd place all-time in league history, behind only Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers. But while Atlanta tries to decide his future, Cousins has a new unexpected ally. Kevin Stefanski, the newly hired Falcons head coach, who was precisely the Vikings offensive coordinator in 2019 when Kirk reached his highest career passer rating of 107.4 and earned his first Pro Bowl selection. Stefanski and Cousins have proven chemistry. Under Stefanski's command, Kirk threw for 3,603 yards, 26 touchdowns, just 6 interceptions, and delivered the only playoff victory of his career, that magical night against the Saints in the wildcard round. But here's the twist nobody expected. During the broadcast of the Broncos vs. Bills game, Cousins demonstrated natural skills as a commentator. Eloquent, technical, charismatic. And according to Vikings analyst Judd Zulgad, Kirk might be using this possible transition to TV as leverage in free agency, threatening retirement to force interested teams to pay more.
This is a rumor, but Zulgad knows Minnesota's behind the scenes better than most. The financial question is brutal for Atlanta. Cousins was the most expensive backup quarterback in the NFL last season, sitting behind Michael Penix Jr. while the salary cap suffocated. Penix's rookie contract offers flexibility that Cousins simply can't compete with. Do you think Cousins deserves another chance as a starter in the NFL? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you believe he's going to squeeze at least $15 million from some desperate team, smash that like button now. But while the past haunts, the present is bleeding. Because the coordinator who transformed the Vikings defense into an impenetrable wall is one interview away from disappearing. Brian Flores might have one foot out of Minnesota, and the next chapter will show how much that hurts. Second interview scheduled. Those 3 words are every Vikings fan's nightmare right now. The name everyone fears losing, Brian Flores. And the destination that could rip him from Minnesota is one of the most stable and respected in the NFL, Pittsburgh Steelers. According to Jerry Dulac of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Flores has a second in-person interview scheduled for this week, competing directly with Mike McCarthy for the head coaching vacancy that Mike Tomlin left after years of dominance. Flores was also interviewed by the Baltimore Ravens for the head coach position and by the Washington Commanders for defensive coordinator. But Pittsburgh and Baltimore represent something rare, organizations that rarely change head coaches, offering stability that typical franchises simply can't. For a man who already went through the turbulence of being fired in Miami, despite winning seasons, these vacancies are pure gold. Flores isn't looking for any opportunity. He's looking for the right one. And these two fit perfectly. The familiarity with Pittsburgh also weighs in. Flores was the Steelers' linebackers coach in 2022, between his stint as Dolphins head coach and his arrival in Minnesota. He knows the culture, knows the building, knows the standards. But here's the elephant in the room. Flores still has his discrimination lawsuit ongoing against the NFL, and the league just took the case to the Supreme Court. Could this complicate his candidacy? Absolutely. But it could also strengthen his narrative of resilience and leadership under pressure.
In the last 3 years, Flores transformed the Vikings defense into one of the most feared in the conference. He brought the Patriot mentality, that suffocating discipline that forces mistakes and punishes poor execution. Kevin O'Connell knows this. During his end-of-season press conference, O'Connell said he has a lot of confidence that they would reach a deal to keep Flores, according to the Minnesota Star-Tribune. I think he's more than deserving for everything he's brought to our organization these last 3 years, O'Connell declared. I'm not surprised that people want to talk to him about that role. I'm excited for him to do that, knowing that our #1 priority was to finalize that hiring with him. But confidence doesn't close contracts, and with Tom Brady leading the search for the Raiders head coach, Flores might have even more options emerging. Brady, who worked with Flores in New England, knows the value of the Patriot way better than anyone.
Currently, Flores is the betting favorite for the Vegas job, though he hasn't received a formal interview request yet. Do you believe Flores stays in Minnesota, or does he finally get the right opportunity as a head coach? Drop your prediction in the comments, and if you want him to stay, smash that like and show the organization that Skull Nation values this man. But while Flores' future remains uncertain, the draft class that could save or sink Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is about to take the field. The next story reveals the trio carrying this franchise's destiny. 3 picks, 1 destiny. The Vikings' 2024 draft class could be the triple home run that defines the next decade, or the triple miss that costs jobs. The names? J.J. McCarthy, Dallas Turner, Will Reichard. And here's the brutal reality. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah needs this class to work. The 2022 class was an absolute disaster.
The 2023 class was below average at best, and the verdict on 2024 and 2025 is still out. But 2024 represents Kwesi's best chance yet to prove his analytical approach works in the draft. Let's go to the cold numbers. J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback pick that cost precious draft capital, had a disappointing sophomore season. He completed just 57.6% of passes, a dismal number by current NFL standards. Even 60% wouldn't be enough. The rest of the stats show 1,632 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. He also ran a few times, but that option makes coaches and fans nervous due to the quarterback's injury history. If McCarthy completely fails, Adofo-Mensah probably loses his job. Simple as that. Missing on the quarterback pick is the mistake general managers rarely survive.
Meanwhile, Dallas Turner had a quiet but promising rise. The 17th overall pick led the Vikings with 8 sacks. More broadly, he accumulated 66 tackles, 15 quarterback pressures, 11 tackles for loss, 3 pass deflections, and 4 forced fumbles. He did this in 17 games, starting in 10. Turner took a good step forward, but the trade cost to select him was high. That means the production also needs to be high. Anything below being a constant terror to opposing quarterbacks will make that trade be viewed with regret. Turner needs to evolve from good to dominant next season. And then we have Will Reichard, the 6th-round kicker who's already a first-team All-Pro. He converted 33 of 35 field goals and all 31 extra points in the season. By a wide margin, Reichard was Adofo-Mensah's best pick so far. But here's the problem.
Kickers don't save general managers' jobs. Quarterbacks and edge rushers do. Reichard is brilliant, but McCarthy and Turner carry the real weight. The Vikings desperately need young players to take responsibility. Significant growth from these 3 in 2026 would contribute greatly to a more successful season. This reality is even more evident considering Minnesota will make 9 picks in the 2026 NFL Draft. Bringing at least some immediate impact players from those picks seems equally vital. Do you think J.J. McCarthy can become a franchise quarterback? Or did the Vikings miss on the pick? Drop your hottest take in the comments below. And if you believe this 2024 class can still save the Kwesi era, smash that like and prove Skull Nation has faith. But faith alone doesn't win games, and what comes next could define whether Minnesota competes for a title or sinks into mediocrity.
The conclusion will tie all the pieces together. 3 stories, 1 thread. Kirk Cousins closed the millionaire cycle while using TV as leverage. Brian Flores is 1 interview away from leaving Minnesota without its defensive brain. And the 2024 draft class carries the weight of proving Kwesi Adofo-Mensah knows what he's doing. This isn't just news. This is the future of this franchise being written in real time. Let's connect the dots.
If Flores leaves for Pittsburgh or Baltimore, the Vikings lose the defensive identity that made them competitive the last 3 years. Replacing a coordinator of Flores' caliber isn't simple, it's brutal. Defensive minds like him don't grow on trees. At the same time, if McCarthy doesn't make the monumental leap everyone expects in 2026, the Kwesi era ends prematurely.
And if Turner doesn't evolve from promising to dominant, the trade that cost precious capital will be remembered as another evaluation mistake. But here's the broader perspective Skull Nation needs to understand. The Vikings are at a crossroads. Kevin O'Connell built a winning culture, but culture doesn't win alone in the playoffs. Young talent needs to develop, veterans need to produce, and the organization needs to make the right decisions on all fronts, from keeping Flores to maximizing the 9 picks in the 2026 draft. Compared to NFC North rivals, Green Bay is rebuilding, Detroit is rising but hasn't proven anything in the playoffs yet, and Chicago is years away from competing. The window is open for Minnesota, but only if the right pieces fall into place. Now, here's what I need from you.
First, smash that like if you believe the Vikings become the most dangerous team in the NFC North in 2026. Second, drop a comment with your boldest prediction for next season. Do the Vikings win the division, make a deep playoff run, or reach the Super Bowl? Third, subscribe, because every subscriber makes Packers Nation furious, and we're about to dominate the entire division. But listen closely, here's the edge of the cliff. One signature is still missing. Flores' contract isn't official until he decides to stay or accept one of the head coaching offers, and that decision could come in the next 48 hours. Plus, the Packers just cleared $22 million in cap space. They're targeting the exact same free agent Minnesota wants. Which domino falls first, Minnesota's or Green Bay's? And there's more.
Rumors indicate a Vikings defensive leader called a players-only meeting last night. No coaches, no front office, and what was said could either unite this team or fracture it. That story drops in the next video. Skull Nation, the battle is here. Hit subscribe, stay locked, and let's make the NFC North bleed purple. We ride together. See you in the next war.